Alright, y'all. I recommend getting that gear guard protection when you're buying a rod at Bass Pro, just in case you gotta take it back. I'm gonna take a second to explain kind of what's going on here. So I just retied a lure, and I'm gonna go throw this across some pads here in a second. But I tied it on. I'm like, all right, let me just reel this in here, and I toss that out there, see how it casts. Maybe need to make some adjustments.
You weren't supposed to hit that, dude. I'm supposed to catch you tomorrow.
So I'm pretty excited about this bass because it's the biggest one I've got in a kayak thus far. So in the past I mentioned, when I catch a fish and it's attributable to the Slayer Propel, I'll let you know. Well, here's one that's attributable to having electronics on your boat. I'll hook into two fish in this kind of like little bowl pocket that I rolled across here, and I just mess around, throw a Cinco in there, and I come out with two fish. Now, why I'm pointing this out is because I would not have done that without my electronics. What I noticed in the electronics was that I was kind of, before I got to this little bowl, it was shallow. It was like 1 to 2 feet. And then it dropped down for like a real small section to where it dropped down to 4 feet. 3.5 to 4 feet. And what I did was I drifted over that and was like, oh, okay, when I come back across that, I'm just going to throw in there, see what's in there, because you've got kind of good structure and cover on both sides there. And I came out with two really good fish, and unfortunately I did not land the next one that I hook into, and it was probably bigger than the fish that I caught previously. So that's a good thing about video, is you get to look over what you did and go, man, I wish I would have set that hook harder. The fish I'm referring to is the larger one that I caught earlier in the video. So this was probably another 4-pound fish that I just happened to find in that little pocket. Right here I'm using a presentation that I wanted to work on this day, is a weightless Texas rig worm, and I wanted to just drag it over the pads because I was getting hits on the frogs over the top of the pads, but it wasn't. It was just kind of like a bump, less a strike. So I tried this, and it started really working well for me, and it was just that subtle drag across the pads, dropping it in front of the pads and letting it sink down. And this worked out very well on tournament day, as you'll see in that video when it comes up. I actually catch the majority of my fish on that presentation alone, and I think it was just very subtle, and the fish seemed to like that. They seemed to like stuff that was falling at the edge of the pads. I punched the pads. I didn't get much at all from punching the pads, so that was different. I like punching the pads and didn't get anything from that. So give that a try. I was using a fish hog worm that I got from a Lucky Tackle box. And I tell you, everything I've got in my lucky tackle boxes that I've put into play has caught fish, with the exception of I think one lure right now. But it's at the bottom of the Susquehanna, so it's never to be seen or heard from again. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the tournament footage, and have a good one.